PCN is brought to you in part by the following underwriters.
Welcome to PACTV Community News. I'm Maureen Boyle.
And I'm Julie Thompson.
This week on PCN, we meet Pembroke High School's Amnesty International chapter and talk about Art Week coming to Plymouth.
In the spirit of the Olympics, PCN attends Cape Cod Curling Club's Media Day, and we mix it up at Mix It Up Kitchen in Duxbury.
We learn about the repair grant that was awarded to Myles Standish State Forest, and we have a new State House report with Rep Tom Calter.
Bob Nolet from the Plymouth Chamber is on set for an update, but we start tonight's show at the Pembroke Library for a documentary screening, Amnesty International. The Pembroke High School chapter of Amnesty International held a video screening of a movie that shows the struggles Syrian refugees face on a daily basis. The club's goal in doing this was to create awareness and to hopefully inspire people to become activists. PCN stopped in to meet several members of this dedicated group.
Our club is really just to educate everyone on all of the problems going throughout the world, and we want to really just fight for human rights. We started this club because of our advisor misplaced, and everyone, like all three of us, me, Erin, and Paige, just really wanted to start a club and help fight for human rights.
Today we are showing a documentary called 8 Borders, 8 Days. It's like the story of one refugee and her young children as they go on their journey, as they're like escaping war and political unrest. So it just shows like the struggles that they face. We chose to show this one in particular because the refugee crisis is something that we're really focusing on. And like I said before, I think people again aren't really familiar with it, don't really know what it's about. So if we show like a very personal aspect of it, I feel like they'll be able to connect to it and learn about it. Our main goal is just to educate people. We want people to be aware of like what's going on around the world, and we want people to know not just what's going on in our country but in different countries, and because a lot of stuff like today isn't like publicized enough, and we really want to like spread the word.
So we wanted to get the community involved in human rights because we noticed there wasn't a club with Amnesty yet, so we decided to start that up and get people involved in activism. Personally, I've been really interested in activism over the past year as the nation has kind of evolved with human rights, so we wanted to bring that to Pembroke.
For me, the fact that we had students sign up and start an Amnesty International here at Pembroke High School made me very hopeful. I think it's important today for today's youth to be aware of global issues and know that they really should and can make a difference in the world.
For me, this is like very eye-opening, and I believe that everyone should really know about this topic because it's very important in our society today.
Since 2013, Art Week has been a festival held in Boston to showcase the unique works of artists in the area. This year, Art Week has come to Plymouth, and PCN caught up with the Plymouth Bay Cultural District to find out more about how the town is preparing for the festival and the different ways that local artists can participate.
So Art Week is an arts festival that was started in Boston in 2013, now going statewide and now including Plymouth.
Art Week is a fantastic opportunity for not only the town of Plymouth, but for other surrounding communities and throughout the Commonwealth to be able to participate in coordinating some very, very creative and fun, unique opportunities for arts and culture to bring people out, both visitors and also local residents as well.
So we've already reached out to all of the assets of the Plymouth Bay Cultural District for their participation in Art Week. And tonight is a meeting of people outside the district as well who are interested in collaborating.
The meeting that we're having tonight is for all the what we call assets, but all the businesses, which would include arts, culture, restaurants, and retail, to come here and collaborate on a brainstorming event to really make their participation in this very unique, and to kind of throw up a bunch of ideas, and then from there they'll submit their applications to Art Week Boston. They can go on there is an application for them to fill out. There's no cost in it at all, and it's just so that the Art Week Boston people can then review those applications, approve them, and then get them as part of our event.
Art Week is so important to Plymouth, and this is just a boon for us to be asked to become involved because of all that we have to offer here in Plymouth. It will be a benefit to the assets of the town and benefit to the community.
One of the things that we find missing a lot of times in communities is art and culture, and as the chair of the Plymouth Bay Cultural District, our mission really is to collaborate and get participation from local businesses to really create a big buzz so that we drive more visitors down here to the downtown area so that they can participate in arts and culture, which is really what thrives a community.
Art Week takes place the week of April 27th through May 6th, 2018.
And it runs all week long, and it doesn't necessarily mean that a group has to do something every day of that week, but just as long as they have some event going on, whether it's a few hours on a particular day, or they can extend that out throughout the whole week as well.
So then we were alerted that the Art Week is going statewide this year.
Since 1969, the Cape Cod Curling Club has called the town of Falmouth home. To kick off the Winter Olympics, the organization invited as many media outlets as they could fit under their roof to check out the sport that seems to fascinate more and more Americans every 4 years. Senior producer Brian Sullivan hit the sheet and threw some stones toward the button to bring us this story.
Rounding up the numerous media outlets from Cape Cod and the South Shore and putting them in the same place at the same time was a challenge. Getting them all onto the ice to try a sport most had never even played before may have been a bigger one. Or maybe not. It turns out that a major attribute of being a journalist is a heightened level of curiosity. In this case, we got a chance to be a part of the story as a means of gaining the experience to better tell the story. The Cape Cod Curling Club in Falmouth was hopeful that experience would be a positive one that we could bring back to our communities.
Well, we invited all the media today because every 4 years everybody gets really interested in curling because of the Winter Olympics, and the sport is growing by leaps and bounds, and so we just wanted to bring the media in to give them a little taste, have them try it out, and hopefully get them hooked.
In order to get us trained and ready for any type of playing, they would have to show us the basics. Our practice squad was comprised of members from the Cape Cod Times, the Falmouth Enterprise, Cape Media News, and us at PCN. Thanks to the excellent tutelage from Jeannie, we were on our way to becoming all-stars. Well, maybe. Next up was figuring out who did what.
When you're in the hack, each person throws 2 stones, and whatever the skip is calling, you have to deliver the stone balanced on 1 foot, sliding out on a Teflon slider, and you have to give it the right weight, you have to give it the right handle, and you have about 4 seconds to do that. So, and then hopefully when you release a stone, it's going to do what you want it to do, and if not, you have your sweepers there to help you.
Okay. Did everybody get all of that? Yeah, me neither.
Curling has its own vocabulary, and people who watch it, they sort of create their own, so it's good to make sure people are educated so we're all talking about the same things. Everybody knows what an inning is in baseball, but in curling, we have what we call ends. So the object of the game is to deliver a stone. Sometimes we say throw a stone, but we throw these big granite rocks that are about 43 pounds, and we deliver it to the other end of the sheet, which is, as you see out on the ice, we call our lanes of play sheets.
Here in Falmouth, there are 3 sheets. Plenty of room for lots of stones and sweepers. In all seriousness, though, the object of the game isn't that complicated. The person in the starting block, or hack as it's called, throws the stone down the ice, aiming for the target on the other end. Meanwhile, the sweepers help clear a path for the stone.
The sweeping is a very integral part of the game. It does not make the stone go faster, which some people think. It holds its curl, keeps it straighter, hopefully, and it makes it go further. Does not make it go faster, which is a very important distinction.
The sport itself is so different from the 4 majors we celebrate here in the United States that when Americans do get a chance to finally see it in the Olympics, many are fascinated by it. The pace of play is slow enough that many may make the mistake of thinking it might not be too challenging, the way that Kathy Yule did when she first came here several years ago.
I mean, I walked in thinking that this would be easy and anybody could do it, and it's not. I mean, you walk out of here after your first day and you're not going to be able to walk tomorrow. And it's just, there's so much. There's the sliding and the physical part of it, but then there's the strategy and what is the ice doing and all that stuff, and it's just very mental.
When people drive away from here, they're going to think, that sport is harder than I ever thought.
No doubt about that. Even though Jeannie politely says I have great potential, I think I'll stick to working on my launch out of the hat.
Down, forward, back, up.
Nice, very nice.
It was a little better. Reporting from Falmouth at the Cape Cod Curling Club, I'm Brian Sullivan for PCN.
Well, once again, Brian gets right in the middle of the story. And you know what? That's actually the best explanation of curling I've ever seen, because I still don't get it. My husband tried to explain it during the Olympics, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Yes.
I actually understand a little better.
It's a really fascinating sport, and I'm always amazed to find out, like, those rocks are so heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, 43 pounds.
Yeah, but it's on ice, so you figure it's going to be
but
easy.
Still, you're pushing it, and you're in that very, like, physical stance. And I just have to say, man, Brian gets all the fun stories.
He does. He really does. That was very good. Go curling.
Cheryl Farrett of Mix It Up Kitchen is really passionate about her job and feels fortunate she gets to share her knowledge in the classes she teaches. PCN stopped in to check out the caregiver and child cake decorating class and to learn about what makes Mix It Up Kitchen so unique.
So in just a moment, we're going to give everybody, we're going to make some introductions. Today we're doing our caregiver and child cake decorating class. This is our second year doing it, and it's really cute. You can see here we have little cakes that are made up, and the parent and child or grandparent and child will come in and decorate a cake together. They'll color their own frosting, use our piping bags, sprinkles, and they'll take home a boxed cake. So what you're going to see is some very excited children coming in. They'll put on one of our cute little orange aprons, and we'll do some hand washing introductions, and each parent and child will have their cake, bring it to our long communal table, and they'll start decorating. I started out actually 3 years ago. I decided to do a cookie decorating workshop with a friend for Valentine's Day, renting a local kitchen from Montessori school, and it took off. And we went back and did it again and again on random Saturdays, and then really realized there was a need for kids cooking. And so then I taught after school at the Duxbury High School Recreational Department, and then really put my feet in the water and decided that this is something that I really wanted to pursue. Even at my own home, when my children are cooking in the kitchen, it's like, oh no, let's not make a mess. But here they can do that. This is what the kitchen is about, very hands-on. And so they get really excited that they're going to mix up their own batter or use our induction burners to cook a meal to bring home. But it's very hands-on, and I love to see their eager faces, and they leave really happy and very proud of what they made. My children really were my inspiration. Both my daughter and son love cooking and baking, and the kitchen is an opportunity to include them in that. So they used to take the classes, and now they actually help running the classes, obviously when it's appropriate, as helpers.
I like to help my mom with the cooking classes along with baking. It's really nice because I love working with kids. It's something I really like to do.
It is a pleasure for me to work here. I love working with the children, and I also love the adult events. And Cheryl is not like a boss, she is a true friend. For me, the kids' classes is an eye-opener. I think it's adorable to see how happy they become when they realize what they can do. And I love that they're able to do a hands-on and actually really get involved, and also the knowledge that they receive working here.
Every day, honestly, I wake up and say, oh my gosh, I get to come to work. It's exciting, and I love the kitchen, and I love the fact that I was able to reinvent myself and do something that, you know, a little bit later in life that I really, truly enjoy. 3 boxes that we're going to give everybody.
One of the most heavily traveled trails in Myles Standish State Forest will be getting some much-needed repairs done to a couple of its boardwalks. After applying for and receiving a grant from the state's Department of Conservation and Recreation, the plan is to move forward with this project. We spoke with 2 members of the Friends of the Myles Standish State Forest to get the details.
The idea first came to us last May when we were here for our 10th anniversary meeting of the Friends, and our old president, Charles Heller, suggested and said, hey, why don't you guys think about doing this project? And we thought, well, hey, why the heck not? So we applied for the grant, and here we are today. It's a little project. We are going to simply be replacing 2 of the boardwalk covers that have rotted out or nearly rotting out. There's 500 boards, more or less. About half of them are in bad condition. We applied for a grant with the DCR to help with the funding. We're going to put in about $2,000. The DCR is going to match us 2 for 1. So that gives us a nice $6,000 budget. We think we'll come in well under budget, but at this point we're ready to go ahead.
The Easthead Reservoir Trail is the most popular in the whole forest. It's a 2.5 mile loop around the Easthead Reservoir. It's beautiful, and it's just a great trail to walk for any age. We've done a lot of work on improving that trail, and now this boardwalk project is the next piece to make it a better trail.
The Friends have about 100 volunteers. We are hoping to get at least 10 or 15 of them to come with us in April to work on replacing these boards. So we figure crews of 2 will be able to do like 10 boards an hour. So we think we're going to need a couple of weekends to get this project done.
We're a volunteer organization, and DCR's always work with us to do projects with them. And one of the things they've asked us to do is improve the trail system. So we've done a lot of that in the past 10 years. When we first became a group in 2007, we had about 7 miles of trails in the forest that were poorly maintained. Now we're approaching 27 miles. We have more projects in the pipeline. So we have a vision of improving what we have and then adding to a network of trails throughout Plymouth, Carver, and Wareham.
People walk away thinking that this park that is so fabulous, that is the jewel in the DCR crown of parks in eastern Massachusetts, that this most hiked trail is open and they're going to enjoy it. And I mean, it's, you know, dozens of people are out there every day. So we're looking forward to that.
We stopped into the district office of Representative Tom Calter to follow up on House Bill 2111, an act relative to the water resources of Central Plymouth County Water District.
Brockton gets its water supply from Silver Lake, and Silver Lake is connected to other precious bodies of water. They've been getting their water from Silver Lake for over 100 years. Unfortunately, their water management practices have caused the destruction of many of those bodies of water. So I filed legislation to require them to hook up to the MWRA, which is the Massachusetts Water Resource Authority, and they provide water to many communities in Massachusetts. It served its purpose in 1899 when the law was passed, but now things have to change because our environment is being negatively impacted. It's a House bill. It was filed a year ago, January, and it requires a multi-step process for Brockton to develop a water management plan of its own, which would include using its desalination plant for a small portion. Brockton uses 12 million gallons a day. The desal plant provides 4. So they have to find an outlet for the other 8 million gallons a day. And a piece of that may be Silver Lake, but a piece of it has got to be found from other resources, whether it's drilling wells, like most communities do, or whether it's hooking up to the MWRA system. Either way, we've got to take the pressure and the drawdown off of Silver Lake and off of Mont Ponce Pond. The long-term objectives of this bill are really twofold. The first one is to make sure there is a planned, reliable source of water for the city of Brockton. They can't depend on Silver Lake. It's a 30-mile pipeline that's 100 years old. If that pipe breaks, Brockton is without water, and it's only got a secondary source in their desal plant that provides 4 million of the 12 million gallons they need every day. So the first objective is to provide Brockton with an assurance of clean drinking water. The second priority, or the second objective, is to take the pressure off of Silver Lake so that the natural resource can come back to its original state. And the bodies of water around it, Montponset Pond, Stump Brook, which are negatively impacted from the drawdown and from the artificial flow, can be restored to their natural, pristine condition.
We are so pleased to welcome back on set today Bob Nolet, who is the Director of Communications and Events for the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome back, Bob.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here on short notice.
Absolutely, anytime.
You're very flexible, as is the Chamber, and we appreciate that.
We try to be.
Chamber does an awful lot with this area, Plymouth and the surrounding area, and one of your big events that you have every year is your Business Expo. Talk about that.
Sure, so our annual Business Expo is held March 15th at Hotel 1620, which is formerly the Radisson Hotel on the Plymouth waterfront.
Yep.
It's a great opportunity to come in, meet with other local businesses. We have about 85 different businesses represented at this event. We have everything from small 1 to 2 person run businesses up to large corporations and banks and whatnot. So it's a great variety of businesses. It's a great way for the local business owners and representatives from these organizations to meet and do a lot of business-to-business networking.
Okay, so this isn't so much a job fair as it's, although it can be used as a job fair.
It could be, yeah.
Right? But it's more to have businesses be introduced to each other, to know what, so that we utilize each other's businesses whenever possible, staying local.
Absolutely, it's all about gaining brand awareness and visibility for your company.
Right.
So it's a great way to really get your name out there and to let the other businesses know what your business has to offer.
Exactly.
Now this event, it is open to the public as well.
Okay.
So we encourage the public to attend. We have amazing giveaways that we give out throughout the day. Over 125 different giveaways that we are doing every couple minutes.
And you just drop your business card.
Yep, come right up to the Chamber of Commerce table, throw your business card in there,
Yep.
and we will be pulling names all day.
Okay.
Little
incentive to get there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what's nice is all the businesses that are in attendance donate raffle items. So there's great things from different tickets to sporting events to
restaurants, gift certificates.
Absolutely.
Yep. Terrific. Now, I know we go, PACTV goes every year,
Yes.
and we love it because every year we might see the same companies year after year, but they might have total new products that they're offering, services that they're offering. So it's a good way to catch up with what's current in our business base.
Absolutely. And we do have a lot of new businesses that attend as well.
Yes.
And we always have new people coming through, which is nice. We have a few thousand people that attend the event.
Yep.
So it's like I said, it's a great way to really get your business out there.
Right.
And the message of your business, what products you have to offer, and just to let people know how their business can help them.
Right. And it's fun. It's a really fun, very casual. There's not a lot of pressure.
No.
It's a really nice event.
It is. It's nice and relaxing, and we get that feedback from a lot of people that it's not a stuffy business expo.
No.
We have music playing with a TJ and
it's very
with
casual.
the giveaways, and Hotel 1620 is the major sponsor of the event. So we'll be having past hors d'oeuvres and there's
even
a bar that opens up, which that's always a great draw.
Sure is.
So it's a fun, like you said, atmosphere, and we pretty much take over the whole hotel, the whole first floor.
Yep.
So we take up every space available there. It's a great day.
So that's Thursday, the 15th of March.
Correct.
And what time does it start?
It's from 12 to 5.
12 to 5. Okay.
Yes.
5 hours of power.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, speaking of, I had said that sometimes people go there to look for jobs, but it's not really a job fair, but you get to know the companies that are hiring. The Chamber has now on their website a whole section that you can either post a job, or if you're looking for a job, you can try to find a job. Talk about that.
Sure. So we're really happy with this new feature that we've added to our website for our members and for non-members as well to take advantage of. It's our job posting board.
Okay.
We're looking for businesses to post jobs or internships as well. We'd like to be kind of the hub in this area for all internships and jobs. We're working with all the local colleges, reaching out to our members and businesses to make them all aware that we're offering this.
Right.
Yes,
because
which is great.
it's not necessarily the first place you think of when you say, oh, I got to hire 7 people for the summer. You know, where do I go? And it's expensive to advertise in traditional newspapers.
Absolutely.
Or even some of the job sites. And this is free to members?
It's free to members.
Yes.
And right now, for a limited time, we're offering it free to non-members because we really want to get that list populated.
That's right.
So anyone can just reach out to me, and we can upload, if you're a non-member, we can upload your information onto the site.
Okay.
It's very easy. You go to PlymouthChamber.com, and right at the top of the page in the navigation, there's a Jobs and Internship tab. You click on that, and then right there it says, post your job or internship here.
Great.
It's 2 clicks and you're in.
Yeah.
And
and it's local.
It's local.
It's for local.
And that's the key. Is that we're keeping the jobs in this area. And a lot of businesses, some of the larger ones, they have their own job posting boards on their sites. But this is great for the smaller businesses that don't have that option. Where they can then post, especially for seasonal help.
Exactly. And this time of year is
perfect.
when they're looking for the summer help.
Right.
And let's face it, every summer we're going to get busier and busier here in Plymouth.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, we are a destination, and a lot of businesses are looking for seasonal help.
Right.
And like I said, they don't have the means to post to larger sites or have 10 jobs open. They may have 1 or 2.
Right.
And so we're giving them that option to be able to post and get their
And if I'm an individual looking for a job, I can go to the site and see what's available in the area.
Absolutely.
Okay. Part-time, full-time, internship, whatever it is. Okay.
Yep, we're taking any type of job posting.
Excellent.
Especially internships. We would love to see those
More
internships populated.
Yeah, right. Because that's a great thing for future employees.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, we have a few minutes left, so let's talk about what's coming up aside from the Business Expo in March. What do you have going on beyond that?
Sure. So we have our annual Restaurant Week coming up. That is...
Yeah, talk about Restaurant Week. Because there's so many fabulous restaurants in Plymouth.
Absolutely.
Okay, what does that mean?
So right now we're doing a call out to the restaurants. We would love for them to participate.
Yeah.
We've had a great turnout the past few years, and we're trying to find the right time of year, the season to have this.
Yep.
So we're teaming up this year with Art Week, which is happening. So Art Week is the same week as Restaurant Week.
Okay.
And Art Week is statewide. And so Plymouth is really involved and engaged in Art Week this year.
Yeah.
So we're tying Restaurant Week into that. So it's going to be April 27th through May 6th.
Oh, okay.
It'll be all Plymouth restaurants.
Yep.
We may extend into some of our surrounding towns for restaurants, but it's a great opportunity to get into a restaurant that you may not normally go to.
Right.
Try something new. A lot of the restaurants will be offering
specials,
to exclusive Restaurant Week specials, or some will offer prefixed meals.
Great.
Yeah, so it's a great opportunity to try something new, try something different.
It's an incentive to come down while you're here for Art Week anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, try some restaurants.
And we're trying to get some of the restaurants to participate in Art Week and offer some sort of tie-in with Art Week.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so what else? What's going on in May?
Well, we have our Bark in the Park.
Bark in the Park.
Everyone loves
which is
Bark
for
in the
dogs.
Park. Yes. Nelson Park.
For anybody who doesn't know, what is Bark in the Park?
So Bark in the Park, it's a great day for pet lovers. Even if you don't have a dog, if you have cats, anything, come on down. It's great. It's at Nelson Park, May 5th. We have agility races. We have over 30 different pet-related vendors.
You have races for dogs?
Oh, they do all types of canine competitions, and usually...
This must be great.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
Everyone's well-behaved, meaning all the dogs. They're all on leashes.
Oh, they're all well-behaved.
They're all well-behaved. But it's a great day for dog owners and pet owners to get together outside at the beautiful Nelson Park.
Sure.
And the dogs love it.
Oh, I bet they do.
They love it.
Is there any fighting amongst the dogs?
There never is. We're always, knock on wood, we're
well-behaved dogs.
Well-behaved dogs. It's such a great day. It's a lot of fun. We have live music and entertainment and food. I'd really recommend coming down. It's fun.
Wonderful. And that's in May.
May
That's right
5th.
at the end of Restaurant Week.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
We'll have
you.
you on again in a few weeks to talk about more stuff coming up for the spring and summer.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. If you want to see the show again, you can check out our website, and PCN is also on YouTube. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook to get up-to-date info. We will see you next week with a brand new PCN and PCN Life. From all of us at PACTV, have a great week.